The UK has welcomed in 2019 with a fresh new terror attack. Well, I'm back, first show of the new year, and of course I'm bringing you bad news. Seems to be a common theme with this show. I wanted to know how you welcomed in the new year this year. I went to the local pub, my favourite pub, with good friends and was having a great night until I checked my phone and saw possible terror attack in Manchester. Of course, now we should come to expect these things these days, really. I mean, it seems like every Christmas, every New Year, we're plagued with all these horrific crimes and even terror attacks done by people who want to destroy Western civilization. And they pick these times of year on purpose. They pick Christmas because they know it's special to us. Same with the New Year. They don't want us to ring in a new year with hope and joy. They want us to be terrified. It's the whole point of terrorism. And this year, of course, it was Manchester, a city that's still recovering from the terrible bombing that happened there not so long ago, where innocent children who were going to a concert were blown up and injured. Really, really sad state of affairs, and sad to see it happen in Manchester again, although I'm sure, obviously, it would have been no better if it happened anywhere else, would it? But here's what happened in Manchester on New Year's Eve. So a 25-year-old suspect's been detained after stabbing 3 people, including a British Transport police officer at Manchester Victoria train station. It's one of the main train stations in Manchester, if you don't know it, quite a big place. And police say 2 knives were involved with the attack. The Evening Standard reports 2 commuters, a man and a woman in their 50s, were taken to hospital with knife injuries. Police today say the pair suffered very serious injuries and will be in hospital recovering for some time. A British Transport police officer was also stabbed in the shoulder. The officer, a police sergeant in his 30s, was later released from hospital, Greater Manchester Police said. A producer for the BBC was also coincidentally on the scene, and he spoke about the attack, saying, "I just heard this most blood-curdling scream and looked down the platform. What it looked like was a guy in his 60s with a woman of similar age and another guy dressed all in black. It looked like they were having a fight, but she was screaming in this blood-curdling way. I saw police in high-vis come towards him. He came towards me, I looked down and saw he had a kitchen knife with a black handle with a good 12-inch blade." Thankfully, nobody was killed, so let's hope and let's pray that the 2 people in hospital recover fully soon, of course, along with the police officer who was hurt. And a man was arrested following this attack, initially under the Mental Health Act, and it was soon classed as an act of terror. It's being treated as terrorism, and somehow, that caused controversy. Now, the Muslim Council of Britain piped up online and said that it was unclear what the motives were of this horrible attack. Unclear? Really? Take a look at this. I wonder what could have possibly made this man commit this terrible atrocity. The point of contention for some is that the attacker was arrested under the Mental Health Act, meaning that to them, somehow this can't be terrorism because he's mentally ill. But let's be totally honest and clear about this. The ideology in question here, and for the sake of YouTube and social media, let's call it the ideology in question, you know what I'm talking about. It's notorious for preying on people who are vulnerable. And being vulnerable or mentally stable doesn't mean that your acts can't constitute terror. That's a nonsense. In fact, I'm confident a person's likely to be mentally unstable if they go out and commit acts of terrorism. Either that, mentally unstable, or they are just extremely determined. Or, of course, both. So let's be honest about this. Yes, this attack could well have been a result of mental illness, but that reinforces our concern about the ideology in question, the religion of peace. It proves to us that this ideology is using mentally unstable people as pawns in their game, and they're trying to destroy the West by using mentally unstable and vulnerable people. It happens time and time again. Now, even the ex-chief constable of Greater Manchester Police echoed this statement, telling BBC Radio 4's Today programme the following: "I don't think it stops it from being a terror attack, particularly for the people involved." He also said, "Obviously, the big question is why would somebody who has got a mental illness be inspired or incited to get an idea to carry out an attack, and this is really the nub of the issue. What we know is that people who perhaps have an existing problem in their lives, a medical issue, an addiction issue, a mental health issue, are particularly vulnerable to be targeted, to be radicalized, and that is why there is much closer working between police and mental health agencies while always respecting patient confidentiality. Britain welcomed in the new year with a fresh new terror attack in Manchester, and I think the time has come for us to be completely honest about why these things are happening. The Muslim Council of Britain is being purposely disingenuous and misleading when they claim that the motivations of the attacker are unclear. I think when somebody stabs you and shouts Allahu Akbar, their motivations could not be more clear. There's only one person who knows why they commit a terror attack, and it's the person committing the terror attack. So perhaps in 2019, Britain should have a New Year's resolution. We're already told to believe all women. Now maybe it's time to believe all terrorists. When they tell us why they kill, we should listen to them, we should understand that reason why, and we should act. Happy New Year, everyone. If you want to see more from me and the rest of the Rebel team, be sure to download our new app from the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store.